Let's talk about something I get asked all the time. How can I sell my house fast this spring in and around Bergen County, New Jersey? Well, never mind the fact that we're in a strong seller's market with low inventory. Buyers still have a preference. If you're nodding along right now, this next part is for you. Because whether you're on the fence or already planning to list, spring is a prime window to sell, but only if you're prepared. First impressions are everything. I once worked with a client, we'll call her Louise, who is eager to sell. She did most of the prep, but skipped over a few details inside the home against my recommendation. Let's face it, I can't force you to do these tasks. Things like chipped paint, heavy window treatments, and outdated lighting. Buyers walked in and said, it just doesn't feel move-in ready. The result, the home sat on the market longer than expected, and she had to drop the price. So before you list, declutter, deep clean, add fresh paint, and minor updates. Most buyers in North Jersey are savvy and expect move-in ready. The better you prep, the faster and higher you sell. Do a pre-listing inspection. This simple step can help you spot hidden issues before buyers do. It can help you fix small problems on your terms, and it can help you stay in control during negotiations. Buyers will pretty much always do an inspection, and if they find something, it becomes a negotiation tactic. But if you handle it first, you hold the leverage. This is one of the best ways to protect your bottom line and sell with confidence. One of the easiest and most effective things you can do is declutter. Focus on key areas first, like the kitchen, living room, and bedrooms. Clear off surfaces, remove extra furniture. Less is more. Let the light in and the layout shine. I once worked with a wonderful couple who were really excited about selling, but they were overwhelmed by the idea of staging. It sounds like such a big deal, but it's really not. We started small. We rearranged some furniture, we cleared the entryway, and added soft lighting. The transformation was real. One of them actually said how they didn't realize how much stuff they were holding on to and that it felt so good to be gone with it. That is what home staging does. It creates emotional space for someone else's story to begin. Your home's first impression happens at the door, before buyers even walk through. Check the lighting, remove the clutter, and create a clear, inviting view into the next room. Buyers shouldn't have to maneuver around your belongings. They should be a clear path for them to walk from room to room as they tour your home. Create a staycation moment, whether it's a bistro table on the deck, string lights across the yard, or just a few cozy chairs around a fire pit. The goal is to help buyers picture themselves relaxing there. I had a client in Oakland turn a plain backyard into a relaxing escape with just a few Adirondack chairs and some soft lighting. The buyer said it reminded them of weekends at the shore, and they made an offer that night. Edit the clutter. What do I mean by that? Well, this one is big. Toys, tools, too many planters. It all feels like work, and buyers are already picturing their to-do list. Give them space to dream instead. And now for the bonus tip I usually reserve for private staging clients. Use scent. Seriously, a couple of pots of lavender or rosemary by the patio can create a calming atmosphere that buyers won't forget. One of my clients added lavender by the back steps and got comments like, it just felt so peaceful. That is the power of experience. Now let's talk about honest. This is where over-improving turns into a trap. A modern vanity dropped into a dated bathroom, one upgraded appliance surrounded by everything else original, a basement that's almost finished but not quite. Buyers, they don't see improvement. They see a story that doesn't quite make sense. And when the story doesn't make sense, doubt moves in. I was in a home in Bergen County recently where the sellers had just updated the kitchen countertop to quartz. Beautiful choice, clean and modern, but the cabinets, they were still original. The backsplash was dated, the floors didn't match the new surface. Nothing was wrong, but nothing lined up. My buyers commented, there's still a lot of work to do here. The sellers had spent so much money trying to avoid that exact reaction. That's the over-improving trap. When updates are partial or isolated, buyers mentally price in the rest of the project anyway. And now you've spent money without removing hesitation. I've watched buyers slow down in these rooms. They don't criticize, they pause. And when a buyer pauses, leverage shifts. If you can't complete an update cleanly and cohesively, it is often better to present the space clearly as is and price strategically. Buyers would rather inherit a clean slate than someone else's half decision. I've seen it again and again. A seller puts $100,000 into upgrades, gorgeous finishes, luxury touches, thoughtful details. And they look at me and say, I want to price this at the top of the market. Someone will see the value. And they're not wrong, the value is there, but here's the problem. If that home perhaps is located in a neighborhood that doesn't support that price range, it doesn't matter how beautiful it is, the buyers looking in that area aren't shopping at that number. So instead of getting excited showings and competitive offers, the listing sits week after week, maybe 1 or 2 showings, no real traction, and the feedback is it's beautiful, but not at this price. Eventually, the price is reduced, activity picks up, and suddenly offers come in. Nothing has changed except the price, and just like that, the market responded. It's not about what you put into it. It's all about what the market will bear in your zip code and at this moment in time. So here's what pricing actually is. This is where I want to shift your mindset. Pricing is not a declaration. It's an invitation. It's not about what your home deserves. It's about getting the right buyers to walk through the door in the first place. Overpricing shrinks your audience. Pricing at market value, well, that gets buyers in the door. Pricing slightly below market value on purpose and with strategy, now that creates a buyer frenzy. So here's the wake-up call. And I saw this play out recently in a nearby town. Someone listed an over-the-top luxury level home, beautifully finished, full of custom details, but it was priced like it belonged in, let's say, Franklin Lakes. And it wasn't. I'll agree, it is in a beautiful town, but not with those Franklin Lakes prices. They were hoping someone would see the value. But here's what happened. Nothing. It sat. Showings were minimal. Buyers in that price range were simply shopping elsewhere in the towns that supported it. Eventually, they dropped the price closer to what the local market could support, and the house sold. Same home, same upgrades. The only thing that changed, the pricing strategy finally matched the buyer's mindset for that particular market.